So we're going to experiment with some preparation for our final sugya of Ben Sura Moreh. So the first thing you need to know is that there are a variety of types of punishment laid out in the Torah. There are financial punishments, there's corporal punishment, lashes, but then the top two levels of punishment, one obviously is the death penalty, which referred to in Hebrew as mitat beit din, which is mitah, death by the beit din, meaning the court, not God, puts you to death. Obviously a murderer would get mitat beit din. We saw the Ben Sura Moreh would get mitat beit din. An idolater would get mitat beit din, etc. The other top level type of punishment is called karet. Karet in the Bible it's a little unclear. It just says someone who does certain crimes will be nichrata me'ameha, cut off from their people, but the rabbis imagine that as banishment or excommunication, something that we saw as a quite painful punishment with Rabbi Eliezer. So we have mitat beit din and we have karet as the two top level biblical punishments. Now, if someone commits a crime that is deserving of that, one of those punishments, we would describe them as chayav karet, or chayav mitat beit din. That's not to say that we're actually putting them to death, because we don't have a beit din that does that, but idolatry is a sin that would make you chayav mitat beit din. Right? Even though we don't have the beit din, we use that term, chayav mitat beit din, to describe the severity of the crime. So you have chayav karet, chayav mitat beit din. Third thing you need to know, there are a whole range of forbidden marriages listed in the Torah. Various people you're not allowed to marry. The most serious are incest, adultery, and there are certain foreign nations that we're really supposed to stay away from. Now, in the cases of those most serious types of forbidden marriages, incest, adultery, marrying a Moabite, whatever, here's what you need to know about it. The sexual relationship itself is punishable by mitat beit din or karet. That means just the act of having sex, right, is that level sin. Secondly, if those two people were to have a wedding ceremony, the act is simply meaningless. It's legally void. It's like you did nothing. You just were play acting, right? Because a marriage between two such people would have the same legal status as a marriage between a person and an animal. None. Now, a relationship for which marriage would be forbidden and not even legally valid can be called one which would merit a certain punishment. Thus, a certain relationship, say daughter and father or brother and sister, could be described as a relationship which is, as in plural, relationships which are chayavei mitot beit din or chayavei kritot, where kritot is just the plural of karet. So you have mitat beit din and karet. A certain crime sin can be described as chayav mita or chayav karet, and in terms of forbidden marriages, certain relationships can be a relationship which is chayav mitat beit din, meaning if they were to get together, it would bring that punishment. So, you will encounter those two terms in our text, and all you need to know is that the first proposal that the Gemara raises about the term ru'uyah, which you have encountered in the Mishnah, is that it's a situation where the mother is someone whom the father couldn't legally marry. Therefore, that relationship is, or those, they are one of the relationships which are chayavei kritot or chayavei mitot beit din, where the relationship itself would merit that punishment, and where the marriage itself would simply be meaningless or void. Okay? That's what you need to know. And the last thing, sof sof, you'll see that phrase. It means just in the end. But what it's really getting at is all that you said is irrelevant. Because in the end, and so when you encounter it, remember to look for that sense. All right, good luck and happy learning.